MILF does. Right?
That's right.
Wow.
Well, we had Jennifer Tilly, and I thought it could not get any sexier. And then here she is.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this time with Sean Baker, filmmaker responsible for the Florida Project, for the second day in a row.
Hello.
Hey guys.
It's Sandy Kane.
Sean, I do have a complaint, is that I tried to watch it 2 days in a row, and I kept having an issue with the feed. I got like 15 minutes in. It's great what I saw, and I kept having issues where I couldn't. So it wasn't an issue with your film, it was just with the feed.
Sorry about that.
By the way, I have a message I'm going to read on the air, which I normally don't.
Okay.
It's from Colin Quinn. He says, Sean Baker made a movie called Takeout.
Yep.
Amazing, exclamation point. He wrote best indie film of all time. And then he writes, I know saying indie film should earn me a savage tire iron beating in an alley. But the compliment
I actually met Colin when he came out to do. Yeah, he saw Takeout or Prince of Broadway, one of my earlier films, at the Angelica, and I was like, I see. I've been listening to you guys for years, like
Thank you.
all the incarnations, all the way back to WNEW. So when I saw him seeing my film, I was like, just in awe, and I was starstruck, et cetera, et cetera. So anyway, it's great
That's
to be
awesome.
here. It's great to be here.
Well,
and
thank you. And thank you for being
And
a fan
also,
of the show.
I don't know if you know this, but we got Sandy's contact information through you guys.
Did you?
I'm friends with Ty West.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
And so I was like, I want Sandy to be in my film. Find her information, and she reached out to either Iraq or Travis or something.
So you had this movie in mind to do, the Florida Project, which is like, and you're just like, you know Sandy from the show, and you're like, I want her to be one of the people who live in the motel?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Right,
Yep.
yeah,
And I also know Sandy from like 30 years ago with the public access show she had.
Oh, right. I still have it on M&N every Saturday night, 11 p.m. We're running the trailer of Sean's fabulous
Great.
movie, The Florida Project.
Oh,
So
wow.
honestly, if it wasn't for all the appearances she had on your show, I wouldn't know how funny she was
Yes.
with improv.
Yes.
So
Right.
it was really because of you guys that I wanted her.
My favorite thing with Sandy was when she would talk to like these penthouse girls and analyze what was wrong with them, and they're not used to that. And she'd be like, "Hey, your tits are lumpy, man."
That's what I was watching the movie, and I said this yesterday, but like I was kind of freaking out because first I was like, "Oh my God, it's Sandy Kane, Sandy Kane." She's real, and the scene by the pool, she lets out a like she does, and then the scene when she's talking to Willem Dafoe, not in a hostile way. At the motel,
Right.
she goes, "Hello," and I was like, "They're letting her
Hello.
just be Sandy
Hello.
Kane."
Wanted her to be herself.
Yeah, and that showing them that's the way he directs the movie. Just be yourself, just improv. And when he puts, can I say it? You know, the shirt. He says, "Cover up, children are watching," and he said, "I'm going to call the sheriff." I said, "No, I'm going to call the sheriff. You just fondled me."
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's just such a
You
Sandy
just
starts
fucking
going.
fondled me.
It's very Sandy because like Willem Dafoe is telling her to put her tits away because there's kids watching and she's in a motel pool and she's going, "What tits, man? What tits?"
Exactly. I think she was actually really driving Willem crazy. I mean, you can see it on his face.
No, people say like even Mara Siegler from Page said, "Was it?" Oh no, Richard Johnson said, "Was it a love story between you and Willem?" I said, "No, it was a hate story."
He hated you.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you think he's gay? If he hated you, I mean, why?
How could he not like you?
Oh, hello. Thanks, guys. Hello, my people here, motherfuckers.
That's right.
Fatherfuckers.
Oh yeah.
But you know, but hello. But he said just be yourself, and that was all off the top of my titties.
What you want to do is the next. You're getting Oscar buzz on this movie. The only thing that could be better is if Chip Chipperson was in it.
Yeah, well,
Who's that?
First off, I love Chip. I revisit your podcast episodes like multiple times, and like and you've kept me entertained on this press tour. I've been, and I just listened to the live one the other day.
Oh, thank you.
And freaking awesome. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
He'd be a good addition to any film.
Chip?
Yeah,
Who's
let's get
Chipperson?
Chip. Let's make a Chip
Who's
movie.
Chip Chipperson?
He's just like, we're gonna get you on his podcast.
Oh, great.
Yeah, he's an entertaining guy.
Can I go naked?
Yeah, but he doesn't like the blue language, but he's a big
Doesn't
podcast.
like blue language.
Yeah. But he's very popular. He'll do good for you.
Okay.
You can promote the
He doesn't
film.
like blue language. Who doesn't like blue language?
I'm just Chip. Can I ask you a question too about
fuck,
you did with
right?
Tangerine is the film you did,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And that was the thing about that was not just the content of it, but the way that you shot it on iPhones,
Right.
Which is how was that done? Because it was so cool. Like they were long shots.
Yeah.
I mean they were like long discussions. It seemed like it was all one take.
It was a desperate move at first. We had like a micro budget, and the only way we had already written the script, and there was no way we were going to pull it off for that budget. So it would just happen to be at the time that the 5S came out, and like there was a jump in the technology with HD video, and there were all these other tools. There was an app, and like this, we were able to shoot it in true scope, anamorphic. So
what's that mean?
It means that it's like the widescreen cinema you would see in like Good, Bad, and the Ugly, like stretched out, and it was like it wasn't manipulated in post. It was like an actual, like we were shooting it this way for the cinema, and it just happened to work. We go to Sundance that year. We thought we were going to be like one of 10 iPhone movies because the technology had reached that point, and we were the only one. And suddenly we got all this buzz about it, and it helped with the promotion of it. And thank you guys, because you actually talked a lot about it.
Yeah.
How did you get those? It sounds still. Did you have to get like a separate lens to put on it, or
no? I mean, yeah, there was a little adapter that fits over it. It's created by this company called Moondog Labs. But besides that, no, it does. It wasn't like everyone was saying you had a pimped out iPhone, but it wasn't. It was just, if you saw us from across the street shooting, the only giveaway that we were like a professional crew was our boom pole.
So you had to follow them with that, and also for the camera to.
Yeah, but I was just hand holding a little iPhone, and like it was before the plus size, so we lost our eyesight trying. we had no external monitors. We were just squinting the entire time. But
does it make you want to like? Because I was sitting there when I was watching the Florida Project, it took me a little while before I was like, okay, this is not done on iPhones.
No, we went the other way.
Like, do you go, because at first I was like, well, I feel like if you figure out how to make a movie on an iPhone, you should make all your movies on iPhones. Well, but maybe you don't want to be the iPhone movie guy.
That's exactly it. Plus, we did want this thing to be gorgeous. You know, shoot it on 35 millimeter, anamorphic,
and Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, and so we had more money. I had more
Willem
Dafoe.
He's like he's a like. Let me just
doesn't apply
say,
to the conversation.
he is a big fucking star. I mean, I have flyers with his name on it, and I flipped the bird with him, and I have a picture. And
but it's actually more about you. Is capturing Sandy Kane on 35 millimeter.
Yeah, absolutely. My tits look even bigger. But no, the man is a big fucking star, Sean. I mean, everyone knows him. And
I know, but that's not what we're talking about.
But I'm just saying, I'm just saying that
were we or
it
no?
wouldn't be on it. Would he even do a movie on an iPhone?
Well, I you know what? Honestly, that's funny.
Would he
that's
do
funny
a fucking movie
because I think he signed
Right.
on thinking he was going to do an iPhone movie.
Really?
Yeah. So that's
So the
maybe
answer is
she's
yes.
a little right.
The answer is yes, that he would do that.
He's a big
Unfortunately,
star.
because of the technical problems, I couldn't see it all. I was watching, and there was one shot you took that it's like weird when you notice a shot. It was the kids sitting in front of this giant mural of like oranges,
right?
And it was a great way to show like this is this like really weird friendly mural that like and look at the poverty.
Well, that area, Route 192, which is like the main artery that leads to the parks in Orlando and Kissimmee, Florida, it's lined with all these like candy-coated colored small businesses because they were targeting the same tourists. So you have a purple Magic Castle motel, you have a big orange dome, you have all these things that are just like vibrant with color, and it was easy to capture that stuff. And also my DP, my director of photography, Alexis Zabe, he shot like all the DeAntwoord videos and Pharrell's Happy video, and plus like these highbrow films that went to Cannes from Mexico. So like he just captures it in such a beautiful way.
Yes.
How long did it take you to find the Magic Castle? Because that's like, or did you see that and be like, I have to make a movie based on that thing? Because it really is like an important character in the movie
Is
itself.
that the thing with the
building.
wizard?
It's the big purple
No, that was a
motel.
gift shop.
Oh,
but it's
okay.
right next door.
Right, okay.
Like that whole
the purple thing, yes.
Yeah, it was just literally like a strip, Route 192. Within that mile, you have all those wonderful things, and you had that Magic Castle motel that we just saw, and we were already writing the script, but we said Mooney, the little girl, has to live in her own castle. So it was there.
Did you know the location? Like, was it like this? Like, oh, this location is so fascinating to me. I want to write a story around this location. Or
okay, so basically, my co-screenwriter showed me a bunch of news articles about
Chris
the fact.
Bergoch.
Yeah, exactly, Chris Bergoch, and we wrote the last two films together, Tangerine and Starlet, and which I would love for you guys to see if you haven't seen Starlet.
I have not seen Starlet.
It's like Harold and Maude meets Boogie Nights.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Wait, okay.
I have Blu-rays for you.
I already
Yeah.
know. Guy, wait. Okay, Harold and Maude meets Boogie Night. All right, cool. That's
I wanna
great.
see that.
And no one doesn't want to see Ruth Gordon get fucked.
That was good. I loved Ruth Gordon.
But anyway,
I am Ruth Gordon.
getting back to this, he showed me a bunch of news articles about the fact that there were families with children living in these budget motels right outside the place we consider the happiest place on earth for kids. So that juxtaposition and that irony we thought was just so special, and we wanted to focus on that and shine a light on it. But we also wanted to make this film entertaining, and funny, and make it like the Little Rascals. So that I've been very inspired by the Little Rascals my whole life, and we wanted to find like the new Spanky and their whole gang of friends, and then surround them by crazy adults like this one to my right.
Eccentric.
Yes.
How do you find that girl? Like, how do you your lead character? Like, how do you find child actors that can pull this off? Because there's like, you know, as much as there's a Little Rascals element to it, there's a highly emotional story
component.
I can't wait for you to see the whole film, because like she is freaking amazing. Her name is Brooklyn Prince with 2 N's. She already has a Hollywood name. She was a local hire. She lived in Orlando. We found her through the local agency, and she's like on the level of like Mickey Rooney or like
Shirley Temple,
Jodie Foster, the Fannings. She knew what she was doing. I didn't have to manipulate it with editing.
Is that her real name?
Brooklyn Prince.
Right.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
And she does the tears when we need it. She's funny. She's witty. She was able to like improvise with Willem and Sandy, and just really like a star. I know she's going to be a star.
And kids don't have that whole thing of embarrassment. So it's like if you ask someone if a kid has some kind of an ability to act, and you ask them to do something, they're not embarrassed, like, oh, I'm going to look bad. They just do it. They don't give a shit.
Plus, you had to hire extroverts. You have to, like, you
Like
can't.
the boy.
Yeah, you don't want a
get
shy kid. Believe me, I've screamed at a few shy kids.
The
And
boy
also,
was incredible too.
And also, we were like, this is a rated R film, you know. I think we all have the same
Why
sensibility.
is it rated R though?
Well, they're throwing around like the F-bombs.
Oh, they are?
I don't know if they
Oh,
ever,
right.
Have you not seen the?
Yeah,
Plus, you're very chesty.
She hasn't. She's seeing it tonight.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
excited?
No,
Yeah.
yes, I really am, because I'm looking forward to going back to the New York Film Festival at Lincoln Center, and I'm in New York, and just to go in on the Lincoln Center, fucking on the inside,
It's
is
true.
like a
They're
big.
It's nice to be in a movie with
No, to say I'm in a fucking movie in
That
Lincoln
they're not mopping
Center,
up the floors
man.
after
You know, Alice fucking Tully Hall, motherfucker. You know, I mean,
I noticed
wow.
that you covered up Sandy's nips artfully.
No, you know what? That wasn't scripted that way. We wanted a full topless scene, and it just happened to be with the angles and her arms.
and
It was
stuff.
He
like
had,
it became
stuff
an
over
Austin
my
Powers
nipples,
thing.
and then Sean's like, take them off.
for Sean.
Yeah.
Sean just wanted to see.
Yeah, look at-
Sean just wanted
the
to take
worst
a look.
Have you
nipples,
seen
too.
her nipples?
Yes, we have.
They're very, you know.
They're in. They go
They're
in.
actually
Yeah,
inverted.
I got inverted. That's why I light them on fire.
She didn't tell us, and suddenly, like, we.
Those are nipples?
Yeah.
No wonder she wears pasties in Times Square.
Your
Really?
breasts
No,
look
I
like
have
piggy
like
banks.
really shit nipples.
They're not good.
No, but they're good to light on fire, because
Right.
you stick the matches right in them.
Did you see that trick?
No, I don't.
Oh,
think I ever have.
she has.
Oh,
a
they're
thing.
amazing when she lights her breasts on fire.
She's got like
I'm sure I have.
long
sure, I'm
matches,
sure,
and she shoves them in her inverted
Yeah, yeah.
nipples.
Well,
and then lights
Peaches
them
does
up.
herself. That movie, we did it. So
Right. Okay. So it's been done.
it's been done,
Right.
but it's still new.
Right. Yeah. New to you.
No titties.
So,
Anyway.
hey, Sean, are there things they want you to do movies about? Because your subject matter is always really, really original. Are there things they want you to do a movie about, and you're like, that's just kind of been covered too many times?
Sort of. I've been like trying to make a name for myself in independent film for so long. Like I've been paying rent with these tiny little indies, but they haven't broken until Tangerine. And now that I'm actually getting like studio attention and stuff like that, I'm just like, yeah, fuck you. I'm going to continue and do what I
what you
want.
want to do.
You know?
But like Tangerine obviously gets enough buzz that's I'm assuming what enabled you to get the money to do this movie the right way.
Right.
So this movie's getting even more buzz than Tangerine, I find. Like
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, yeah.
they're really, and it's not sort of like buzz like, oh, this is the iPhone movie. It's like you got to
Oscar.
see like they always talk about, because my wife works in film, and like every single movie is like, well, we're looking for like a Little Miss Sunshine. Like it's all the indie movie that costs no money that ends up making it, and getting awards.
Yeah.
But like, they're talking about this movie like it's going to get mainstream attention.
Yeah, Academy Award.
Well,
that's what the
A24 is
buzz
putting
was.
it out. They
Right.
did Moonlight, Room, bunch of other like really highbrow films that broke out from the art crowd scene to the mainstream. And so I think they look for films that have that crossover potential. And
Do you have an idea of like, let's say this movie does well enough.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to.
You don't want to shoot.
Carriage
Let's say it
before
pulls
the
in
horse.
$600 million.
yeah,
But let's
that's
say,
the hope.
Let's say it does well enough,
Yeah.
right? That you can you're only going to get one shot to make the next one, right? So do you have
it's always one at a time, isn't it?
Do you have an idea of like what is? I'm going to have all this attention on me. I'm going to be in a positive place. Like, what's the movie that I want to make now?
You know, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. It's like I'm really influenced by 70s cinema. You know, like French Connection
and women
Sorcerer.
in their 70s.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And maybe do one of those. Maybe do one of those. You know,
70s.
Try a genre film or try but it's contemporary, but like with that style.
But don't you? I miss a lot of the things. We only have a couple of minutes left too. But things would breathe easier than a lot of films now. Like you'd see like conversations in 70s films that they would never leave that entire conversation.
Tangible too.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes. A lot of New York cinema, like friggin' Taking It Pelham 1, 2, 3. Even the later stuff like Bad Lieutenant. You know, it's my favorite.
You know, Sandy, I don't know if you guys have talked about it, but you could do a spin-off of the Florida Project just around Sandy's character. Yeah. Would you want to do that, Sandy?
Of course.
You should talk to Sean about it.
What got her to Florida?
Bend over, Sean Baker. Okay.
We did have a backstory for this character, like how she was a tourist that just showed up and never left.
Yeah, I moved in and never left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's one of the residents, by the way, at this motel.
Gloria. Right. Her name is Gloria.
Yeah, and is she a cocksucking warrior?
Yeah. She was really, you know, a bitch. And
oh my God.
Like
okay,
Sam said, it's just like what you do on the show, man. And now it's in a movie.
It's awesome.
She was begging us to sing that song in the movie.
Oh, yeah, Gloria.
As soon as they said her name was Gloria in the movie, I was like, no.
Cocksucking warrior.
How did you not let that go in? That would have been the theme song for the film.
That would have been, he let it go. But there are a lot of songs in the movie, right?
No.
Oh,
there's no soundtrack.
There's no soundtrack. It's basically
one of the best
Cool
parts
and the Gang's celebration is what opens the film, and from that point on, we're just like
the music is great though that you used.
It's just one song.
Well, I guess they listen to hip hop from their iPhones or stuff. So
no, but the music is like really.
Stop yelling at Sean. There's no soundtrack.
The movie.
There's no sound. That's what makes it.
But I saw the ending.
Stop saying music.
Sandy.
Oh, there is a little bit of music.
There's a lot of music in your
There's not a lot. One of the things that makes this movie good is there is not a soundtrack.
Sam, we have 1 minute.
At the end, there's music. Right?
Yeah.
There's music at the end.
We have 1 minute.
The Florida Project is the name of this movie.
Yes.
Seek it out, find it, support it.
October 6th.
October 6th.
New York and LA. October 13th, it starts rolling out. So it'll reach your city. And we're up against a little film with Ryan Gosling and fucking Harrison Ford. So
no one gives a shit about that. We're going to talk about your movie.
Prince.
We want you to win an Oscar so Sandy Kane can go to the Oscars.
Yes. Sean's a fan of the show. He put Sandy in the movie, and the movie is great, and it's going to be a movie people are talking about. So support
it. And it's all about Sirius XM. That's how he discovered me.
The more this movie makes, the better shot Chip Chipperson has at being featured in a film.
That's right.
But come back again when there's more. I know yesterday you canceled for obvious reasons. It was just a hard thing to.
Yes.
But come back again, man. We'd love to have you for longer.
I'm airing the trailer of my TV show on Saturday night.
You can find it on YouTube too, probably.
What?
The trailer.
Yes.
But Sandy's show is what you should watch.
Hello.
Fucking hello.
Hello.
All right, guys. Thank you. We have Mark Norman tomorrow. Anybody else?
No.
All right, cool. So bad show tomorrow. All right. See you tomorrow. Thank you, guys.
This has been Jim Norton and Sam Roberts. To download today's show or listen on demand anytime, get the SiriusXM app or go to SiriusXM.com/on-demand. Follow Jim Norton